Hello, jolly beautiful people of the internet. Welcome to a review. Yes, I'm back to the reviews. And I'm not going to do these things episodes by episodes this time. I'm just going to do a full season review. And then once I've watched all of the thing, I will do the entire thing as its own thing. I have seen the first two seasons of Squid Games, and I saw them before I managed to be able to go like, oh, I'll do a review. Squid Game season 3 was coming out, so I had to do a review for season 3. If you haven't watched Squid Game season 3, this is a spoiler alert. You cannot watch this video if you haven't watched it. If you have watched it or you don't really care about spoilers, let's get into it. There are some. I would say it's not a bad season, but it wasn't very satisfying in the least. I'll get into the positives first before I get on to the negatives. So the positives I would give it is that the characters still are amazing. I love them. Same as like season 1's characters with all the players, where we only got to know them for season 1, but because now they're in 2 seasons, it makes it that much more emotional when you lose them. So with Hyunji, Mrs. Jang and her son, it is absolutely beautiful. The baby was obviously going to be born. Surprisingly, it was quicker, but you know, I do feel like though that I feel like Gihun, I think that's how you pronounce it, Gihun, he was taking more of a backseat in this, I will say. He was taking a bit of a backseat, but his dedication to doing what he must do is absolutely great, and I do love that. The directing is top notch in this, I will say. Some of the camera work is absolutely phenomenal. There's great use of camera movements, moving back and forth. There is absolute perfect use of a GoPro. All the Hollywood people who might watch this, GoPros, watch Squid Game season 3, then you'll see how you use a good GoPro. Because my God, it was great. And that's where my positives end. So I'm gonna get into the mix and the negatives that I'm gonna reveal. Like I said, Gi-hun was taking more of a backseat. The only thing he did was like he killed one person because he was pissed off with them. He was very angry, and then in the end he dies to save the baby. But the thing is, he and Myungi, while they were in the final game with the baby, they were not thinking. They kept pushing the mindless characters off the platforms, while the last platform was just between him, the baby, and Myungi. I am sorry if I am butchering these names. Okay, I am trying from what I hear. Junhee, after she became a mother and she came to like protect her child after episode 2, that nothing else happened with her in season 3 and episode 3 and 4. There is that little moment of like grief, like, oh no, Miss Jang unalived herself. But other than that, there's nothing much that adds to her. The bad guys, apart from the front man, everyone else started to, apart from Player 100, everyone else started to feel like an anime character. And I'm like, this is not an anime. This is a live action drama show. It's horror, it's psychological. You're meant to be realistic, but no, everyone's cartoony. The VIPs in this one, oh my God, the dialogue was diabolical. It was absolutely awful. Oh, I couldn't join in the games because my helicopter didn't make it. Make it? Yeah. You just drunk too much. I'm like, what is this dialogue? And it leads to nothing. No, we get any answers of what of why the VIPs do this and such. The answers that they've set up for season 1 and 2 that will like drag on for the entire show. I'm not talking about the small ones. I'm talking about the big ones. We get no payoff. Juno, I think that's the name of the detective. I'll just call him the detective. The detective gets to the island in the last episode for like less than 5 minutes. Less than 5 minutes. He sees his brother, shoots the glass, asks his brother why. We get nothing. We get absolutely nothing. After episode 2 and 3, the first half was like the finale. Everything else was just characters we either hated or we just didn't give a shit about. And I'm like, you should have just kept one of these characters. I don't care if it's if it's Yuan Sik, if it's Mrs. Zhang, if it's Hyun Ji, any one of those. If they survived the fourth game, that would have been fine. But no, they killed everyone, and there's just characters we don't give a shit about. Another thing that really annoyed me though was the sudden switch of Myungi in the final episode, because in the 5th episode he's all about protecting his baby. There are little sprinkle of breadcrumbs that he could be selfish, but in the 5th episode he was lead on to be fully logical. Yeah, we'll just take these guys out and we'll win the game. He stupidly takes out all of them except for one who decided to take a tumble off the cliff for himself because he didn't want to be a lunchbox, as they put it. And then afterwards, in episode 6, full on snap. He's just a full on psychopath. He wants to kill both Gi-hun and the baby just to win the prize money. It's like an unnecessary switch and a sudden antagonist they needed. I'm looking at that, I'm thinking this character has been set up to be like step up as a father. Nope. You can fuck that development out the window. I'm like, what the hell are you all thinking? Like, what were they actually thinking? You couldn't do that. The characters that they've set up, they need to do something big. Daeho, who was built up to, who was like in the first, and like the beginning of season 2, he was like this like marine who will do anything for them. And the end of season 2, he turned out to be a coward. But then beginning of season 3, turns out he lied about everything, and then he just dies. Like, we get no completed arcs. I don't feel like any arcs have been completed. I will make a comment about the CGI. I am going to comment about it. Usually I wouldn't, but I am going to. The CGI in this was a little bit appalling. The jump rope CGI was perfect. I didn't mind that at all. It's the CGI with living beings such as babies and dogs. The CGI was absolutely terrible. I mean, it's not so terrible as like it couldn't be realistic. It could be realistic in a sense, but no, they didn't. Obviously they couldn't actually bring a one-day born baby in to like be a replacement, but they could have done a little bit better than that. I feel like they could have done a little bit better. And then when we get, like I said, when we get to the endings, we get no resolutions. The only resolutions we get is for most of the characters. After that, we get nothing. We don't know why the VIPs are there. We don't know why Inho became the front man. We don't know about the game before. The only reason I see this as why is because they want to milk this thing dry. They want to milk this IP so dry that it runs out, that it becomes chunky. They are gonna have sequels, spin-offs, and And I don't mind that, but they needed to be at least some resolution from this big IP that they have. In the end, they do get the reveal that there's an American version. I can't fucking believe they got Cate Blanchett in there. That was amazing. It took me a while to see her full face. Actually, all it took me was for her to look to the side for me to know, oh my god, that's Cate Blanchett. Because weirdly, I only know Cate Blanchett from the side of her face. It's weird. I can't wait for that. They did say they're going to start filming in December. I hope it's really good. But overall, I would give this season, I would give this entire season a 5 out of 10. I'd give it a 5 out of 10. There's some things that were good, but a lot of things held it back. It's not a terrible season. It still traumatized me and made me cry, and I still haven't recovered from it yet. But there were a lot of things that were really disappointing, and I felt like they could have solved at least 1 or 2 mysteries in there. So that is my review for season 3. If you have any different opinions, let me know in the comment section down below, or if you have the same opinions, again, comment down below. I'd love to hear it all. Thank you all very much for watching. If you like what you see, please leave a like and subscribe. If you want me to create a travel channel and a video vlog series, get me to 50 subscribers and I will do that for you. We just need 10 more, guys. Come on, 10 more and we have that travel channel. And that will be Dan's channel. You can also follow my food channel in the link in the description down below, as well as a link. I was going to say a link to a tier list, but there's no tier list. I am so sorry. There is a link to my Wattpad stories though. So yeah, I should have said that. I'm messing up this outro so bad. I'm so sorry, guys. Thank you all very much, and have a good day, everybody.